Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper. So I did a little switcheroo today, and instead of planning my weekly recap first, I did my plan with me this morning, and now I'm going to do my weekly recap, including how today has gone so far. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, and yeah, we're pretty much settled for the rest of the day. So without further ado, I'm going to open up my Hobonichi Cousin case. I like the ones that close and cover the edges. That's my personal preference rather than the ones with the pen loops on the side. So, and this is a case I got a couple years ago. And I'm just realizing I still have in here the sample of the new Tomoe River paper that I never tried out. I'll have to do that. Anywho, so here's my weekly. I did pull out some stickers that I thought would be a good fit for this week, just so it's less just kind of shuffling through stickers, so I'm a little bit more prepared. And but first I'm going to turn to my journaling pages and we'll get started there. So last week I recorded Sunday morning. So Sunday really was a day of rest. I did do an outdoor run, which to me felt slow, but when I looked at my watch, I was able to have an average of about a 9.5 mile pace, which is not terrible. But I think it was maybe the heat that made it feel a little slow. And then I spent some time outside sitting on the deck, which was really nice. And I made a recipe that I have not had for over 10 years, but it was a shrimp mango salad. Very, very basic. Use whatever greens of your choice. I used a romaine lettuce, and I pan fried some shrimp with a little bit of olive oil and cut up some mango, added in some red onion. And one of my favorite dressings is a Greek dressing called yasso or yasu. Maybe I'm mispronouncing it, but it was a very basic dinner, but it was so yummy. And then Monday was Labor Day, so that was a day off, which was really great. So we kind of just had a low-key day. I ran some errands. My husband ran some errands. I worked out. I took a bath. I put on a face mask. I did some food prepping for the week, which for me was making deviled eggs that I brought to work with me throughout the week. One thing that I haven't mentioned yet, because I kind of wanted to get on the other side of it, but I somewhat organically started missing doses of my anxiety medication and let me pause and just say I am a big proponent of taking medication if you need it, if it works well for you. I, after becoming a mom, went on anxiety medication for a couple of years because that transition for me was a little bit rough. And then I was able to taper off of that medication back in 2017 and was doing really great. Even in 2020, when I had some big events happen in my family and the organization that I was an executive level position for, which was a residential school for children with disabilities. One of the clients passed due to complications of the flu. And then 2 months later, the pandemic hit. So at that point of time, I went back into going to therapy and was able to make it through all of that without the use of medications. And then this last job that I had, it was pushing me to a point where I was having physical manifestations of anxiety. So my cheeks were burning up. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't focused. I felt really sick all the time. And so after months of discussion, I did go on an anxiety medication last fall, and I was very upset about it. That's a me upset. Again, I'm very much a proponent of using medication if you need it, but I was frustrated that despite all of my efforts and the use of coping strategies, that wasn't enough. And so as I went into this summer and made the decision to leave that job, etc., I started naturally missing some doses of my medication. And there was a point where I started to feel the symptoms of withdrawal and just thought, you know what, I'm going to roll with this and I'm going to go through the taper and just be done with that chapter. And so I took my last dose on Wednesday the 23rd. And at that point I had gone to, I tapered down to a half dose. I then went to every other day, then every couple of days, and then I stopped. So I followed the same taper plan that I had previously. And so now we're 2 weeks later, and I'm really only feeling withdrawal in the morning when I wake up, and yesterday I felt it in the evening. I've been good today, so I think I'm on the other side of it, but oof, it was real. And if you have not had that experience, count yourself lucky. It is not enjoyable, but so I did do some journaling here about the withdrawal symptoms because I needed to kind of get that out and acknowledge it and be able to focus on the good things. So, but this day I also, as I was trying to fall asleep, I went down this silly rabbit hole of looking at reviews and looked at some reviews for my last job. And there was a post from 2020 that I could have written it. It was so spot on. I actually sent it to my colleague who he and I were in the same position. And he questioned whether or not I wrote it as well, because it was the same issues that this person identified in 2020 are still true. I tend not to read reviews when job searching because I think people who leave reviews are either exceptionally mad or exceptionally pleased. It's uncommon that someone's just going to leave a review because they want to. I say it's uncommon. My husband does, but he's not the norm. So kind of wish I had read reviews, but anyway. So then Tuesday I went to work. I had reached out to my friend who we've been getting our nails done together for many months now. And it was part of kind of leading up to her wedding, etc. But she was getting her nails done during the day on Tuesday. And so I made an appointment for after work on Tuesday and got this little number done. So it's a different color for me, but I actually really like it. I don't tend to do pink, but this is really nice. So at that, I had a good meeting at my new job with the other district board certified behavior analyst and our supervisor. And both of them said that this is the first time in many years that they've felt like there's a competent team. They're so happy I'm there. So that was really good. I also do talk about my withdrawal symptoms a little bit more here. Wednesday, I went to a training for work and got advanced modules training for a curriculum that I previously had been trained in. And then I went and my friend was working at a golf course restaurant. And so I went and had a glass of wine, and my routine is to get a hot dog, which I understand I'm a grown adult, but I really like hot dogs. And when she finished her shift at 5, she came and sat with me for a little bit. But while I was there, I did some doctoral work, so that was really nice. I looked up some articles and such. And then Thursday, I went to work, but after work, I went down to my friend's house in Plymouth. Now, I do want to point out, a viewer had commented that, and I think they commented about it in my September currently inked video, that they'll use different pens to do like headers and things like that. So I played around with just putting in some like pop out memories here. And so after work, I went down to Plymouth, and this says mango seltzers. It was literally plain seltzer water with mango flavoring in it, and it was delicious. It was not too sweet, but a good flavor. We went to her neighbor's house and sat on the porch and had I had a Topo Chico. It's my favorite brand of alcoholic seltzer. And then we went back and watched The Office, and we were in bed by 9:30 because Friday we went to a fancy spa, a fancy expensive spa. And both of us just kept saying, if we're going to spend the silly amount of money that it costs for one massage at this spa, we are not going to, certainly not going to be hungover. We're going to be wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to go, because by getting that one massage, we then had access to all their other amenities. So we got there over an hour early, and we laid on this really comfy bed in the resting area and put our feet in a heated little foot pool. We got our massage. We went into a eucalyptus steam room. We had lunch at the bistro. We went to the hot tub in the Aqua Terrace, which the last time I went to Miraboo was in, I think it was 2019. And when we went to the hot tub in the Aqua Terrace, the heat actually melted the glue holding my watch screen on, and it flooded the inside of the watch. And so not only did I pay for a silly expensive half spa day, but I then had to go buy a new Apple Watch. So I made sure to tell the other ladies that were with us that do not wear your watch in that hot tub. And then when I got home, my husband had a nice bottle of wine and some cigars for us. So we sat out on the deck and had our cigars and wine. And then later that night, we played a game of cribbage. I won, yay. And it was really nice. So I did put a couple of pictures there from our spa day. It was really nice having lunch at the bistro with our robes on. It was just fancy. And then yesterday, there was really odd weather. I said yucky, but it was so humid, so humid. And my son had his first soccer game, but there was thunder in the distance, no rain, just thunder. And the rules for children's leagues, I guess, are that you have to wait 30 minutes from any thunder rumble before the kids can go on the field to play. So his game was supposed to start at 2:30 with a pre-practice at 2. We got there at 2, and by 2:45, the refs called the game. So we'll have to reschedule that. I received a birthday gift in the mail from my mom. She got me some jewelry pieces from Ana Luisa, which is one of my favorite brands. If you don't know about them, a really quick, plug is that they are recycled gold. So it's really good quality. It's a sustainable company. The prices are not terrible, especially if you catch a sale. I would not pay full price for anything, but they do often have sales, so I just wait for a sale. I also got my Benu Euphoria Iced Caramel Latte pen, which was a resale from Charmaine Dulac. And I did some cleaning in preparation for the Department of Children and Family coming to my house tomorrow, Monday, to do a walkthrough to see is it a safe environment to bring a child, because there is a child that's under the custody of the state that I would like to welcome into our home, so that they get a break from the group home that they have been living in since middle of the pandemic, because that child, well, every child deserves better, but that child has a special place in my heart. So anywho, then Sunday, exceptionally humid today. I did go on a run outside and was dripping sweat. And funny story, I drank a tea last night that's called Smooth Move, so it just helps you to regulate. And so I was questioning whether I was really ready to go for a run. And about 1.25 miles in, I needed to use the bathroom. And I hit a hill at about 2.4 miles, and ended up walking up the hill because I needed to focus so much on not going poo. Sorry, TMI. And then when I got to the top of the hill, I was maybe 0.3 of a mile from my house. So I booked it at that point and went by my my really good neighbor. And before she even could engage in a conversation, I literally yelled out, "I'm gonna poop my pants," and just kept running, and she just started laughing. So struggle is real, people. And then once I cooled down and got all my sweat out, I took a nice bath with some Epsom salts, and then football Sunday started. And this year we're doing a fantasy football league with our friends in Plymouth. And the kids are all involved. It's all of the kids' first time. So it's 4 adults and 4 kids. And so here's my son with his Chromebook out, and he's checking his fantasy team, and he's doing the smack talk on the chat within Yahoo Fantasy Football. It was adorable. All of our team names have to do with the pets. And so that cat is Kilometers. We call him Meats for short. And I have called him Fluff Butt for years because he just has this cute little fluff butt. So my team name is Fluff Butt. So I thought that was interesting. And then my mom had asked me to send her a picture of me with my new jewelry. So that's my new necklace. And you can't really tell, but I have these dainty little hoop earrings that have the letter E on them, which is really nice. So, and that was me just post-run. So if I look a little miserable, it's because I was overheated. So now we get to our weekly. So I am continuing to track my work hours each day. And because I had Monday off for Labor Day and I had Friday off as a condition of hire because I had that spa day booked months and months ago, I only worked 3 days this week, and I worked a total of 23 hours. And also because I'm back in public school, I'm really only required to work 7 hours a day. That's my union contract, is 6.5 hours as students are there, and then 15 minutes on either end. So I was pretty close to spot on, which is really nice. And I wanted to mark off, so I put in Labor Day. This is from Rose Colored Days. And because I took these off the little sticker sheets, I don't know which shop this one's from, but there's that. All right. So I did want to mark that Thursday I'm going to put as the hottest day ever. I am definitely exaggerating, but it was a really hot day. And in the schools, most schools, hold on 1 second, let me see. Sorry, I just got a low battery alert, so I'm going to kind of wrap it up. But most schools do not have air conditioning, so it was very hot in the buildings. So I'm also going to mark in so sweaty because it was. Versus Friday, I'm going to mark in that it was a perfect day. And then I did want to put some icons for cleaning, as I did some sweeping, some mopping, some general tidying. I did some laundry. My son had his soccer game. Put the mop there, and soccer guy here. I'm gonna put this football right there. And let's see, I wanted to put this coffee pot. Actually, I'm gonna put that for this morning. I wanted to put this little guy playing cards. And this teardrop that I use as a geotag, I'm going to put right there for Miraboo. See, now that I pre-planned it, I'm going to have way more stickers than I typically do. I'd wanted to put my outdoor run guy right there. And I'm going to do a little tub here because I did a tub and a mask. And I'm going to put that right there. I went to the grocery store on Tuesday after my nails. And I went to Starbucks on Wednesday morning on my way to the training. There we go. And let's see. I guess I can put a little tub time right there. Actually, nope, I'm gonna save that. I have used a lot of stickers for this one. I wanted to put this little guy right there, and I did choose a couple of these onesie stickers from Coffee Monsters Co. that were the brown, a brown animal to match my ink for this week. And I think that is enough. So I'm gonna put this in my cloth and paper box with my stickers, and let me know if you appreciated me having the stickers planned out to speed up kind of this part of it, and if you appreciated the discussion about my week. I love the feedback. Sometimes I will reference the feedback in other videos so that you know that I heard you, and I appreciate that you're spending this time with me. So with that, I will say goodbye. I hope that you had a wonderful week, and I will see you back here next week for another recap. Bye.